I want to talk to you about my favorite topics these days. Fantastic. We're talking about returns management software, okay? So we want to compare and contrast five players in today's show. We have Narvar, Returns, Optoro, ReadyCloud, ReverseLogix, and ReturnLogic. So we're talking about five top players in the industry. So which returns management software is really kicking ass this year? Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Q Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast the top returns management software, okay? And we have here Narvar Returns, Optoro, ReadyCloud, ReverseLogix, and ReturnLogic, okay? Let's start with Narvar. So when you think about Narvar, one thing that I want you to think about is you want to go beyond the buy button. They actually provide a whole set of processes and solutions to help you not only ship. In other words, you are setting clear delivery expectations via what they call predictive delivery dates to drive increased conversion, right? Because the bottom line here is you want to drive increased conversion over the long run. So you are going beyond the buy button, okay? You want to think about your post-purchase platform. You want to think about the strategy you have to make sure that you drive delivery confidence before the purchase. That's number one. Ship. Number two, track. In other words, you want to deliver contextual on-brand order tracking experience to drive customer engagement and incremental value. What does that mean? In other words, you are making sure that your customer is confident in your ability not only to get the product they want this time, but in the long run. So basically, you are increasing customer loyalty, very important. And you want to notify also the customer. In other words, you are making every moment count, right? In what we call the customer journey via multi-channel on-brand messages that actually is built to drive engagement. And on-brand is very important because you want to put your brand everywhere strategic so that the customer can remember you. The customer can actually be close to you. So when we talk about Narvar here, they do a stellar job when it comes to giving you shipping updates, account updates, return updates, order updates. Very important. So the bottom line is you want to keep consumers coming back for more, right? You want to turn delays into moments that build trust, very important. You want to contact consumers on their terms. You want to let them shop while they wait. Don't stall on refund updates. You want to select the moments that matter. And so the bottom line is you want to easily craft new branded messages. And Narvar does a great job also in terms of return and exchange. So you are providing returns experiences with consumer convenience, right? And you're doing that while you reduce cost and recapture revenue. And that's what we want. So when you think about Narvar return and exchange, you want to think about the ultimate, in our view, the ultimate place for returns convenience. So you are giving consumers the best returns experience they've ever had. Fantastic, okay? And this is a platform that's built to grow with you. That's scalable. That's what we want, right? So you want to pay attention to that. And so in terms of pricing, though, Narvar is not really a transparent with pricing. You got to contact sales to get a custom quote. Let me talk to you about Optoro. One thing we love about Optoro right off the bat is they're constantly innovating. They're constantly kicking ass, okay? And they help you actually delight customers. They help you drive revenue, improve processing of your orders, and enable sustainability, okay? So the thing here is that they have done the job for you. You have to stop piecing together your return solution. Optoro will provide that to you, okay? And one thing we have is that they have 3 products on their platform that you want to pay attention to. So you have the returns experience. In other words, they help you actually put the power in your customer's hands with a personalized, fully configurable returns experience that will keep them coming back. So basically what they're helping you is that they're helping you do craft a bespoke experience for each customer. That's number one. Number two, they pay attention to returns management. In other words, Optoro has an artificial intelligence powered technology that automates receiving, sorting to vendors, and fulfillment. And they do this in their facilities or yours. Depends on how you want to do things, okay? And so this is really good. And so when we talk about returns management, they help you adapt to inventory influxes with data-driven solutions. They reduce handling and human error, okay? And they keep an eye on efficiency. They also cut vendor complexities with vendor management and smart return to vendors. We're talking about RTV. And so that's the second thing they do to help you out. And the third thing they do is they call it re-commerce. In other words, you are instantly listing return goods back on your channels or sell them on their own on Optoro's proprietary B2B marketplace, what they call bulk. Okay, so this is really good because you don't want to lose money at all, right? You want to instantly transform returns into inventory with express return to stock. And this is what you want to do. And what we love about the re-commerce offer of Optoro is that you can unlock profit by reselling items on bulk, which is their proprietary marketplace. Okay, and this is really good. And also you can increase your customer base while protecting your brand. Think about that. So you are expanding your reach by enabling resellers to offer your items on more than 20 secondary marketplaces without competing with your primary channels. Okay, and it's all about making sure the money comes in. Okay, having the right strategy in place. So overall, when you think about Optoro, think about those three things and think about an innovative platform. So returns experience, returns management, and re-commerce. In terms of pricing, you need to contact sales to get a custom quote. They're not really transparent on that front. You just have to give them a call. I want to talk to you quickly about ReadyCloud. Now, ReadyCloud is really good. Now, what we love about ReadyCloud is that it's not just a returns management software. It is basically a very powerful, and we really have researched this, they are a very powerful CRM software. So customer relationship management. So basically, they have the CRM software at the beginning, and over time, they incorporated other they put in other modules to expand into returns management software, right? So they have the Ready Shipper and the Ready Returns plugins. Those are the two plugins they put in letter one, okay? And so with ReadyCloud, you have what they call, where they really excel is in something called action alerts. So they basically, you need to know what gets your customers' attention, right? So action alerts is growth marketing. It sends a focused email or text based on your customers' shopping behavior, right? So, and ReadyCloud will help you craft that action alert. So an action alert can automatically send a unique message based on an order delivery to cross-sell an item, a 30-day follow-up, a return receive, and more. Okay, this is really good. So basically, you are changing the way you think about post-purchase marketing with ReadyCloud. Okay, and the cool thing is you have to understand that nothing gets it done quickly and gets it done properly like a friendly SMS or text. People respond more to SMSs than to emails. You got to think about that. And ReadyCloud is there to help you. So ReadyCloud has something called Ready Returns. I've talked about that before. So Ready Returns is like Amazon returns for your online store. Okay, and Ready Returns is affordable. We have seen that, and they're very fast. So ReadyCloud does a great job on that front, and you have there are great features in that on that platform. You have seamless integration with your online store. They create pay-on-use UPS and USPS return labels. They add promotions to turn a refund into store credit. They know what's been returned. They will show you what's being returned and track it in real time. You can automate returns for customers and phone support agents. A lot of things you can do. Okay, the second thing is what they call Ready Shipper X. So this is like shipping software unlike any other, really. So, and ReadyCloud also provides that to your store. You can add it to your sales channels depending on whether you are on Amazon, Shopify, or whatever, okay? And you can actually add the new Zapier integration and connect ReadyCloud to literally hundreds of supporting apps. You also have Ready Labels, okay? This is basically you are instantly adding a professional look to all your shipments. And with the Ready Labels, you have integrated label form, so TFLG1, label form with card, TFLRX. This is really good. And basically, they have a system whereby the more you ship, the more you save. You also have discount postage with ReadyCloud. Okay, so you have a choice when it comes to shipping with the USPS, and ReadyCloud will help you get the right cost. Okay, and in terms of pricing, I want you to look right now on the screen. So ReadyCloud is very transparent with their pricing. So ReadyCloud CRM, you can see on the screen, the pricing starts at $24 per month. For the Ready Shipper, pricing starts at $39 per month. And for the Ready Returns, pricing starts at $129 per month. I want to talk to you now about ReverseLogix. So ReverseLogix is kind of cool. It's basically an end-to-end centralized and fully integrated return management system. Okay, and what we've seen is that they are built specifically for retail, e-commerce, manufacturing, and 3PL organizations, third-party logistics. So if you are into those niches, you might want to consider ReverseLogix. Okay, and so whether you are doing B2B, B2C, or hybrid, the ReverseLogix platform basically helps you do a lot of things. They facilitate, they manage, and they report on your entire returns lifecycle. Okay, I'm not talking about just one part of it, the entire process. And how does it work? So basically, you use the ReverseLogix to do a lot of things in terms of end-to-end returns management software. So they have a portal that's very easy to use, and the returns are simple. They're very simple as shopping. They do a returns processing. It's very flexible and contactless return, and you even have a self-service label generation, and you can track visibility with email and SMS updates. Okay, so the bottom line is you are providing a world-class customer experience with each and every return. Think about it. This is really important. You are delivering a world-class customer experience with each and every return. Okay, now I want to talk to you about where ReverseLogix really shines. The returns experience. They help you actually craft returns that delight. I mean, nobody wants the product to be returned, but we know we are in e-commerce or whatever, you are retail, whatever. Your customers might return your products, but you want to make the whole experience very good for them. Okay, it's all about making the returns experience smarter. Making sure that you have branded return portal that works on any device. You have self-service returns initiation. You want to have something very convenient. Basically, you want to have hassle-free returns, right? You know why? Because hassle-free returns make happy and loyal customers. Very important. Now, I want to talk to you about the returns management experience with ReverseLogix. Fantastic also. They help you actually improve your profits, enhance your processes, create some kind of efficiencies in your processes, okay? Create efficiencies in your processes, and the bottom line is you want to stay competitive, right? So when you think about returns management at the ReverseLogix, you have a centralized data hub. You have a clear portal to track everything. Okay, you have ROI optimization, so you are minimizing losses and drive repurchase rates. Fantastic. I want to talk to you about the repair and re-commerce. So ReverseLogix offers that too. So you can manage customer registrations, coordinate returns, and perform both in warranty and out of warranty repairs. Okay, and bottom line here is you are gaining greater value from every return. Okay, this is important. And one thing we love is that they really offer you a repair and re-commerce experience that thinks differently. So you can seamlessly receive return products very good, and you can return them to your preferred channels. Okay, and along the way you have better processing visibility and quality control. And they also offer you a great repairs experience. In other words, warranty management, multi-level repairs, parts management, testing integration. And they also give you a great RTV experience, return to vendor, so you can have consolidation management, grading and inspection, and so on and so forth. No, we have no price information, so you have to contact ReverseLogix. I want to talk to you now about ReturnLogic, the fifth player on this show. One thing we love with ReturnLogic is that they do a great job with Shopify returns. So if you are on Shopify exclusively, this is really good. In other words, you are reinventing your store's post-purchase workflow with hassle-free returns, one-click returns management, and the powerful business analytics. This is where ReturnLogic really shines, in our view. So you're talking about hassle-free returns, which are really important to drive customer loyalty, right? You have one-click returns management. In other words, you want to make sure that their return experience is very simple for the customer, right? And you want to have business analytics because you wanted to really dig into your data to understand what's really happening, right? So what we love with ReturnLogic is they're innovative. They constantly innovate, and they have incredible insights. They have automated options, and they have warranty processing. That's really good. So with ReturnLogic, basically, you have customer support. You have a return policies that create value. You have returns that are turned into exchanges. This is really cool also. And you have automated returns that help you scale. Okay, and we're talking here about the bottom line is you have high customer lifetime values. So that's the bottom line. And with the ReturnLogic, in terms of pricing, the pricing starts at $300 per month, so it's very transparent. They just tell you right off the bat, okay? But one thing we love with ReturnLogic is that you are centralizing your returns process into one central hub, into one main hub, okay? So you have to understand returns are complicated because they buck retailers down and cost them a lot of money. So you need to actually simplify the whole process, and you need to update backend systems. So instead of making these updates manually for each return, ReturnLogic will automate and simplify the process for you, okay? And if you have too many problems on the return side, you have one simple solution in ReturnLogic. You are reducing return, you are decreasing emails, you are automatically processing returns. You are learning as you go. You're learning from each return. It's important to learn lessons so that you don't repeat the same thing over and over and over. Keep customers happy. You have email support in terms of your return policies. Very important. You are getting operational visibility. In other words, you look into your data and say, you know what, I made this mistake here. Okay, I'm not gonna make this mistake again because it happens 3 months ago or 6 months ago or whatnot. I'm not going to have this again. Very important to stay on top of your returns experience. Okay, and so ReturnLogic gives you everything you need to manage your return. Everything you need to manage your return. So everything from self-service returns portal to fully automated exchanges to complete control to brand customization, the whole 9 years. Okay, so with ReturnLogic, you can track return status. You have 3PL and ERP integrations. You have multiple return methods. You can implement fees and conditions and so on and so forth. Okay, you have category analysis that's really great. You have exportable data. You can build integrations and apps. You have smart inventory management. You can actually implement complete customization and so on and so forth. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. So I've been talking to you I've been comparing and contrasting these 5 players. And let me give you, I want to give you an overview here, an overview of when we talk about returns management software. What are the things you need to do? Well, there are many reasons why you want to implement or you want to use returns management software. Okay, and it's important because you have to understand returns are a money pit. Really, they drag down your bottom line like crazy. Okay, and effortless returns lead to effortless sales. Think about it. If the customer has a great experience in terms of returns, they're going to buy from you again. And better returns preserve precious revenue. In other words, using the right technology, you can actually increase your bottom line down the road. Okay, the right solution can cut return times by 25 to 50%. Think about it. And that's what you want, okay? And you will basically improve your returns process, okay? So this is important. So how do you choose the right returns management tool for your e-commerce or retail business? Well, you first have to understand that returns are inevitable. They will happen. If you are in business, people are going to return the product. Don't you try to avoid that, okay? So you want to focus on what really matters, which is why you should be using returns management software, because you're giving customers a lot of options. You are converting returns into exchanges and additional purchases, and that's really where things are very cool here, because you want to convert returns into exchanges and additional purchases. Okay, you want to gather valuable returns data, very important, and you want to get items back on the virtual shelf faster on whatever channels you want to direct the returns to. That's totally fine. Okay, and you want to pay attention to a few things: your product catalog, your selling channels, your e-commerce platform, common reasons that your customers make returns, because you got to go to the root of the problem. If you have no idea why your customers are returning their products, chances are you might, as I said before, you will keep repeating the same mistake, and nobody wants that for you. Okay, and you have to also think about, should I partner or not partner with a 3PL? In other words, do you have enough budget to actually hire a third-party logistics company instead of doing everything in-house manually? Okay, so those are considerations I want you to think about. Before I close today's conversation, let me give you a few pro tips. Okay, a few pro tips that you really want to implement to make sure that you have the proper returns management software and returns management experience for your customers. Okay, now first you want to understand which returns you can eliminate and which you can't. It's really important because you don't want to waste time on things on products that don't matter, or those that don't add value, or they're not really significant for your bottom line. So you need to understand that. You need to have a comprehensive returns policy. It's important. It is a must. Okay, you might be thinking, well, why should I write this 2 pages or 3 pages? Well, you're going to find out that when returns are very expensive for you, you want to have that policy, and you want to preempt your customers' desire to return. In other words, you want to be reactive. Not you don't want to be reactive. Sorry, you want to be proactive, because reactive means you're coming after the fact. Proactive means you are basically preempting that return and making sure that you give them whatever they want so that they keep the item. And use return ready packaging. I'm talking about prepaid labels and so on and so forth, right? So you've already thought about the entire experience before it happens. This is what's going to help you down the road make money. Okay, automating everything. Okay, so by using return ready e-commerce packaging, you can avoid giving your customer a negative returns experience. Okay, moreover, this also saves your business money by using packaging which can be used for multiple home deliveries. Right, it's all about streamlining the whole process, so you can have e-commerce packaging you can use multiple times. Or, as I said before, if you have the resources, you want to partner with a 3PL. Okay, and when we talk about 3PL, we sometimes talk in the industry about something called reverse logistics. Because for successful returns management, the end-to-end process needs to be just as coordinated as your outbound orders. Because if your returns process is slow, or even worse, fraught with inefficiencies, what's going to happen is that you might have all sorts of problems, like missed resale opportunities, return merchandise piling up in warehouses, and we know those cost money. Storage costs money, slow refunds, and worse, unhappy customers who won't be coming back. So if you partner with a fulfillment provider that is experienced in reverse logistics, you can take an entire workflow off your shoulders and put it in the hands of someone with the infrastructure and partnership to coordinate a streamlined, cost-effective returns process. Okay, that basically enhances your customer loyalty. Very important. So here is our pick, folks. Are you ready? Are you ready? So after analyzing Narvar, Optoro, ReadyCloud, ReverseLogix, and ReturnLogic, our pick is ReadyCloud. So we have scored ReadyCloud 9.2 over 10. We have scored Narvar 9 over 10. We have scored ReverseLogix 8.6 over 10. ReturnLogic 8.3 over 10. Optoro 7.9 over 10. Just so you understand our evaluation methodology, please check out this short video which explains to you the criteria we pay attention to when actually evaluating, categorizing, and listing e-commerce software. Check this out. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I was talking to you today about the Narvar, Optoro, ReadyCloud, and ReverseLogix and ReturnLogic. We just did a little comparative analysis, contrast and compare and contrast. And our pick is ReadyCloud. Thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.